Welcome back. This week's going to be a really big week for our house renovation here in Yorkshire in the UK.
And that's because it's finally time for Lee and Finn to knock down the back of the house and open it up to the rear extension. And then they're going to fit the largest and the last of the steel beams, and this is to support the whole of the back of the house. Meanwhile, our 1960s roof is being replaced, so all of the old tiles and lats are getting stripped off and getting replaced with new. And unfortunately we find some water damage, so that leads to a little bit more work being required.
And you can see this one, it's all going. Obviously that can't stay.
But we'll come back to that and what we're going to do about it later in the video. So let's rejoin the builders and watch them knock down the back of the house.
It didn't look very secure.
No, the windows hold it.
All of the timber floors have to come out anyway because we're having solid floors for underfloor heating. But the builders are removing this section first because it gives a nice solid foundation ready for props to go in. So with the inner and the outer walls supported, that allows Finn to take out the rest of the back wall. It's probably a good time to check to see how the roofers are getting on. These were their materials arriving earlier, so roof tiles and lats. But let's check out and see how they're getting on with stripping the roof. So that's all of the old tiles off the back of the roof. Now it's time to remove the old lats and also the old felt. And now you can see straight away they get a new felt on, and then also they're just going to put some lats on as placeholders, and that's just to make sure that this roof is weatherproof overnight, and then they'll come back and do the tiling.
So we're standing here at the back of the house and the roofers have made a really good start for the first day. Got all the old tiles off and we've already got the felt on and the lats. So this felt should stay waterproof. I think it's for about a month, so that'll give them plenty of time to get the tiles on.
Yeah, so here's some of the old felt, so you can see that it's seen better days. And the old lats, and in fairness, the old lats don't look in terrible condition, so maybe the roof wasn't leaking quite as badly yet as we feared it was. And you can see here quite a lot of the old tiles, which are all just stacked up. But the builders are using a lot of old tiles and ridge tiles as infilling because there's quite a lot of hardcore and other things needed for the floor down here in the garage. So you can see it's just been getting thrown down through the skylight. But there's a limit to how much they need down there, so that's why it's all stacked up here. But we're going to be getting a skip tomorrow, and I imagine quite a lot of it's going to go into the skip after that.
So let's check back in with the builders because I don't want them starting to feel unloved.
Here's the beam which arrived yesterday, and as you can see, it's a biggie. Different trades on site are always good at helping each other out, so the roofers have agreed to give our regular builders a lift in with this beam. So just catching up with some of the work that's been going on. So obviously you saw the time lapse of that beam getting lifted up, and now they have to do some infilling with bricks and mortaring those in place just to make sure that it's nice and solid above the beam. Oh, it's worth pointing out that it's on a pad stone on the left hand side, as with the other beams that we fitted. This is one of the biggest beams that we fitted. It's also the last one, which we're pleased about because it means we're moving past that phase of the work. But anyway, here it is on the right hand side, again sat onto the pad stone. For those of you that don't know, usually a pad stone is a stronger, more dense piece of stone. As with the other beams that have been put in at the top of the pad stone between it and the steel, then Lee likes to put a resin, and the resin goes very hard and it goes off very quickly. And once that has gone off, then it means that a lot of these acro props and strong boys, they can all come down.
So do you remember those rotten pieces of wood on the roof? Well, it's time to deal with them. So these here are called the soffits. Well, Lee's got us some new wood and he's cut it to size, and it's marine grade ply.
So these are our new plywood soffits. They're going to be a lot more robust than that chipboard stuff that was up there, but it needs an undercoat and a top coat. So I do actually do some work, and now I'm going to prove it.
As you can see, Karen's taken the roller right out of my hand. That's my excuse anyway. Maybe next time. Credit where credit's due, Karen's done a really good job on these soffits, so we're ready to get them up there and get them fitted. In the meantime, the roofers are making a start and getting all of the new tiles up onto the roof ready for fitting.
So they're getting all those tiles in place, ready for laying them, and then they're easily to hand once they do start laying them, and it makes things a lot easier for them. But you can see there's a lot to do, and they hope to get about halfway down in a day. Obviously they're bringing the tiles up from ground floor up the ladder as well, so quite a lot of work going on.
And Kyle literally carried tiles up this ladder all day. He must have calves of steel.
Wow, they really do just slot straight in.
So the roof's progressing well, so let's go check back in with the builders. Now that the beam's in, let's see what else they're up to.
So yeah, this is the opening now. So you can see here the wall, and then the opening behind me to the far wall, which is in white. And that's going to be the view from the kitchen into this new open plan kitchen diner area that's all been created here. So it may not look like it with all of this equipment that's behind us still, and there's still so much more to do. But this rear extension is really progressing well, and we're really starting to see what the end result's going to be. So the other day, what used to be the dining room, all of the floorboards came out, and then a lot of that's going to be infilled and then eventually concrete. And just catching up with Finn over here, Finn's busy getting the floorboards out, and then eventually these floor joists will come out as well, because it's exactly the same. You know, it's going to be rubble infilled, compacted down, hardcore on top of that, concreted and all the rest. So that's where we are with this so far. In fact, rather than being vague about it, let's have a look at the working out. The writing is literally on the wall. At the bottom here, this is how much in total we need to fill in. So that's 340. And we're going to have 90 of concrete. We're going to have 130 of insulation. What do you think the 60 and the 40 is, Finn?
60 is a concrete.
Oh, I've got it completely wrong then.
And then 90 mil of sub-base concrete.
Yeah.
And then the level hardcore to fill everything in and whack it down so it goes solid.
So I should have just asked somebody who knew what they were talking about in the first place.